Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Swim England North East Region 25 metre Championships in Ponds Forge in Sheffield. We are just about to get underway in the age group pool with the girls' 100 metre breaststroke. This is heat number 1. Okay, so 3 swimmers in this first heat. In lane 3 we've got Hannah Crofton from Leeds. Lane 4 is Emily Atwood from Breaststroke, and in lane 5 is Elizabeth Rothwell from Leeds. Okay, so first through at the 50 there is Elizabeth in 44.1, Emily close behind on 44.2, and Hannah is third there on 44.4. Really close race, so we'll see what the girls have got left for this second 50. Coming up now to the 75 metre mark. As they come under these flags, we're looking for a good bounce off the turn here, girls, for your last 25. All still really close together. Going to be a good race in this last 15. Powering in for home now. Looks like lane 5, which is Elizabeth, just slightly ahead there, but it's going to be all on the touch. Okay, so Elizabeth first there, 132.5. Second was Hannah, 133.1, and third Emily, 133.5. Well done, girls. Heat number 2 coming up shortly. This is heat number 2. We are underway. So lane 0 we've got Michelle, lane 1 Isabel, lane 2 is Annalise, lane 3 Eliza, lane 4 Sophie, lane 5 is Rachel. Okay, first at the turn there is lane 4 Sophie, second is Molly in lane 9, and third through there is Annalise in lane 2. Another really close race here. Front runners are all in a bit of a line as we come through up to the 75 metre mark. Once again we're looking for a good turn to get us set away on this last 25 metres. Really tight at the front, but it looks like lane 4 is just going to take this one. Last 5 metres now. On the touch we've got Sophie in 127.6. Second is lane 6, 129.6, and third is Annalise in lane 2, 130.1. Well done, girls. Heat number 3 coming up very shortly. Results are on the screen.
This is heat number 3.
Heat number 3. Names and clubs up on the screen for you. And we're under starters orders. Okay, lane 0 is Annie, lane 1 Maria, lane 2 Evie, lane 3 Emily, lane 4 Una, lane 5 is Hadley, lane 6 Scarlett, lane 7 is Addison, lane 8 Claudia, and lane 9 is Charlotte. Really tight on that first length there. some lovely pull-outs under the water. You're allowed one full stroke under the water, once down with the arms, and then kicking back up to the surface with the legs to start the second stroke as you break the water. Coming into the turn at the 50-metre mark, it is lane 5, which is Hadley, 39.9. Lane 6, Scarlett, 40.9 is second, and third at the moment is Una from Sunderland in 41.4. Taking a bit of a lead now into this 75-metre turn is lane 5. That's Hadley from Kingston upon Hull. Closely followed by a line of swimmers. So again, it's going to be all close. First position is going to be lane 5. She's got a real clear lead there. Looking strong. It's Hadley. And then behind, we're going to have a tight, tough battle there into the last 5 metres. So Hadley is first past the post. In heat 3, that's 1:24.7. Second, Una, 1:28.3. And third is Scarlett, 1:28.6. Well done, girls. Heat number 4 coming up. Okay, swimmers are on the blocks. Names are on your screen. And away we go. So, heat 4, we've got in lane 0, Ella from City of Leeds. Lane 1 is Daisy May from Tadcaster. Lane 2 is young Miss Minichello from Sheffield. Lane 3 is Imogen from Wakefield. Lane 4 is Sophia Elise from Doncaster. 5 is Prudence from Sheffield. 6 is Layla from Derwenside and Gateshead. 7 is Lottie from Kingston upon Hull. 8 is Madeline from City of Leeds, and 9 is Layla from Tadcaster. So first through at the 50-metre mark this time is lane 3, that's Imogen. Second is lane 2, 38.6, and third is lane 4, which is Sophia Elise. A really tight race again, this one. Swimmers are coming up at the 75-metre mark. It's going to be all down to this turn and how much the swimmers have got left in the tank for their last 25 metres. Looking for a strong last 10 now. Got 2 front runners, lane 3 and 2. And lane 3 takes it, that's Imogen, 1:22.1. Lane 2 is second, 1:22.3. And third is lane 4, which is Sophia Elise from Doncaster Darts, in 1:23.5. Well done, swimmers. Okay, the results are on the screen. And now we go into heat number 5. Swimmers' names will appear on the screen for you. And we're under starters orders. Good strong first 25 here from the swimmers. Bit of a glide there into the turn from lane 4. She's just in the lead at the moment. All the swimmers in a line there at the moment. We've got lane 8 missing from this one. That is Nevia. Coming into the 50-metre mark is lane 4, so that's Hetty, 37.5 from Derwenside and Gateshead. Another really tight race. Lane 7 is coming up strong now, that's Ella Hendon from Tadcaster. Really good turn there. Strong third 25 as we come into this last turn. It's going to be all on this turn in the last 25. we've got lane 7, which is Ella from Tadcaster. We've got lane 4, which is Hetty from Derwenside and Gateshead. Just ahead there, lane 4, she takes it on the touch, so that's Hetty in 120.3 in first. Ella is second, 121.1. And then in third, we've got Molly in lane 1 from Middlesbrough, 121.77. Looks like all those girls have made improvements. Well done, ladies. And the results are on the screen now for your 9 swimmers from Heat 5.
100 breaststroke, heat number 6.
Okay, heat number 6. Doing their pull-throughs now from the start. We've got Jessica lane 0, Paige in lane 1, Pippa lane 2, Addison lane 3, Matilda in lane 4, Lucy lane 5, Amelia lane 6, another Amelia in lane 7, Martha in lane 8, and Helena in lane 9. Coming into the 50-metre mark, the halfway, and it's going to be lane number 4, that's Matilda, 36.1, Amelia, 36.3 in second, and Paige third at the moment in 36.7. Some great turns there from the girls as we came into this third 25 metres. Still looking strong as they get on the 75 and round the last wall. Big push now as we finish off this 100-metre event. Got a good race going on in 4, 5 and 6, and also in 1 and 2. Who's going to take it on the touch? It's going to be lane 4, which is Matilda, 1:17.2. Well under the entry time. Second is Amelia, 1:18.5. And third is Lucy, 1:19.1. All the girls there ahead of their entry times. Well done. Some great swims there in heat number 6. Heat number 7. Swimmers' names are on the screen for you now, under starters' orders.
Come on!
Alright, heat number 7. Lane 0 is Lexi, lane 1 Betty, lane 2 is Rosie, lane 3 Millie, lane 4 is Annabelle, lane 5 Evie, lane 6 is Sophie, lane 7 Lauren, lane 8 is Jessica Bell, and lane 9 Jessica Hampshire. This is the fastest heat of this event, the last heat. So these are our quickest age group breaststrokers in the region. Lane 5 is first through there, Evie, 34.9, followed by Annabelle, 35.9, and Millie, 35.9 also. Really tight race here in the middle of the pool. These will be our 14-year-old medal winners from this race as we come through 75. Still looking really strong there is lane number 5, that's Evie from Sheffield. Entry time of 1:15.57. This is a really strong swim as we come through the last 10. Really pulling clear now is lane 5, and that's Evie Kirk of City of Sheffield. She's going to be our regional champion in 1:13.91, well under her entry time. Second place is Annabelle, 1:16.54, and third place is Millie in 1:16.62. Well done, swimmers, and that concludes our girls' 100-metre breaststroke. Next up is the opener male 200-metre breaststroke. Heat number 1.
Now our age group pool, next event, the 200-metre breaststroke. This is heat number 1.
Okay, so heat number 1, we've got in lane 3, Fred. He is from Beverley Barracudas. Lane 4 is Finley from Rotherham Metro, and lane 5 is Jacob from City of Leeds. So So this one is an 8-length race. First 25, we've got lane 3 and 4 really tight together on the turn. And lane 5, which is Jacob, just behind. But this one's a longer race, so this one's all about pacing it and getting your tactical plan executed well. So we're coming in now to the end of the first 50, and it's going to be lane number 3, Fred, 45.6, Finley on 46.0, and Jacob on 48.0. Through the 75 there, it's Finley in lane 4 from Rotherham Metro, just edging it at the moment. From lane number 3, which is Fred from Beverley Barracudas. Jacob just managing to keep touch with the guys in lane 3 and 4 at the moment as we approach the halfway mark. So this is where we're going to start to see if people's tactics have paid off. First through the 100 metre there is Finley, 138.2, Fred on 139.0, so really close there. And then Jacob 143.38. So second half of the race. This third 50 is really key on a 200 metre event. This is where we've got to try and keep our stroke rates up. And especially on breaststroke, it's about keeping that good stroke length, being efficient with every stroke that you take, stretching it out, getting a good glide after every kick. And then trying your best to keep that tempo up so that you keep the speed as you come through the latter stage of the race. So approaching that 150 mark now. We've still got Finley in the lead at the moment in lane 4 from Fred in lane 3. Jacob just about hanging on to them too in lane number 5. They all look to be swimming a good race, so we're through in 2:31 for Finley, 2:32 for Fred, and Jacob's through there in 2:38. So this is where the swimmers will be really starting to feel that fatigue now on the last 50. They've got to push through that and rely on all the training that they've been doing in preparation to swim at this event, the regional championships. Some of these boys in this first heat, this will be their first go at a short course regional event. Doing a great job at the moment. We've turned now, we're on the last 25 metres. Powering in for home. So we're looking for anything under 3:27 for Finley. 3:29 is the entry time for Fred and 3:28 for Jacob. How are we going to do? This is looking good so far. So we're just through 3:20 and onto the wall. Finley takes it in 3:24.0 and Fred on 3:25.2. Both those boys ahead of their entry times. Jacob coming in now in third, 3:33.77, just outside of his entry time. Great effort, boys. Great first heat to kick off our boys 200 breaststroke. Next up will be heat number 2, under referee's orders. Swimmers' names are on the screen there for you now. Let me quiet down for the start. Okay, in this heat, in lane 1 we've got Sam. Lane 2 we've got Charlie. Lane 3 is Joe. Lane 4 Edward. Lane 5 is Freddie. Lane 6 is Ollie. Lane 7 is Fraser. And lane 8 is Francis. So we've got a mix of 11 and 12-year-olds in this race. The 12-year-olds are in lane 3. That's Joe from Eston. And Freddie is in lane 5 from York. And the rest of the boys are 11-year-olds. Slightly faster entry times than the first heat, so these guys, the fastest swimmers in the middle, so 4 and 5, they've entered on 3:16, and then the guys on the outsides, Samuel in lane 1 is in on a 3:21, and Francis lane 8 is in on a 3:25. First through at the turn there is Chu in lane 3, 43.4, and lane 6, second through there is Ollie, 43.5. Again, really tactical races, the 200 metre breaststroke. So these boys would have been practicing the pacing at home with their coaches, trying to figure out what the best first 50 would look like, and then settling into a bit of a rhythm on 50s 2, 3 and 4. So this second 50 now coming towards the last 10 metres of the first 100. We've got lane 3 and lane 6 out in the lead at the moment, so that's Joe and Ollie. Through the halfway mark is Joe first there in 1:31.9 and Ollie 1:32.6. Third through there is Francis out in lane number 8, 1:34.2. All the boys here still looking really strong. Nice long technique, good glide at the end of each kick, like we mentioned before. Coming up to this 150 metre mark. This is where we start to test the training a little bit in the preparation. And they'll be heading for home just as we go through this turn. It's lane 3, so that's Joe through first in 2:22.4, Ollie next in 2:22.9. And third through there is Francis 2:24.1. So big last 50 now for all the boys. Remember, we've got these two 12-year-olds in here, so that's lane 3, which was our leader at the 150, which is Joe. Lane 5, Freddie is 12 also, but the rest of these swimmers are 11, so these are fantastic swims. Last turn now for the front 3. So lane 3, 6 and 8, who were our leaders at the 150 mark. Last couple of swimmers coming through their last turn now. So that's lane 7 from City of Leeds and lane 1 is Samuel from Middlesbrough. As the winners are finishing now, so we're in on 3:10 there. So on the touch is Ollie 3:10.74, Joe second 3:10.80, and then third Francis 3:11.20. They are huge personal best swims. Well done, boys. That is fantastic. Well done. Okay, heat number 3 coming up next. Swimmers are just about to get on the blocks. In the starters' orders, we've got the names there for you. And here we go for heat number 3. Okay, so we are underway in heat number 3. We have got in lane 0 William from Middlesbrough, lane 1 is Christopher from Stockton, lane 2 Zachary from Darlington, lane 3 is Aidan from Barnsley, lane 4 is Adam from Weir Valley, Hercus from City Wakefield in lane 5, Eddie from City of Sheffield in lane 6, lane 7 is Jamie Atherton from City of Sunderland, lane 8 is Matthias from Tynemouth, and lane 9 is Yinho from City of Leeds. So first through the turn at the 50 metre mark is lane number 5, which is Hercus, 40.7. Second is William in 41.3. Third is Aidan in 42.6. Another mixed heat of 11 and 12-year-olds. This time only a couple of 11-year-olds. So the 11-year-olds in here are lane 6, Eddie, and lane 8 is Matthias. And the rest of the boys in here are 12-year-olds. We've had a really strong start here in the middle of the pool, lane 5, which is Hercus from City of Wakefield, taking a real strong early lead. And then the next line behind him as we approach this 100 metre mark. Swimmers are all looking strong. First through at the 100 there is Hercus, 1:25.9 from Wakefield. Second is Aidan, 1:30.7. And third at the halfway is Adam in 1:31.9. Okay, that's 5 lengths done now, so we've got 3 to go as the main pack turns through there. Again, lovely long pull-outs under the water. One arm pull, one leg kick, and then the swimmer's head has got to surface before the start of that next stroke. And the turn at the 150 mark, that's lane 5. Hercus again there, 212.7. First through, second is Aidan, 218.7. And third is Christopher now in lane 1 from Stockton, 222.0. So we're looking for a big last 50 now from the boys. See if we can get in under those entry times. Quickest swimmers have entered on 3:13, and the slower entry times in this one in the outside lanes 3:16. So we're looking for all the boys to try and get ahead of those entry times. Feel like they've come here and had a great day out at this North East Regional Short Course Championships. So last 5 metres now for Hercus, approaching the wall. It's a great swim. It's 3 minutes .53. What a massive improvement that is. Second is lane 3, which is Aidan, 3:04.57, another massive PB. Third is Eddie in 3:10.38. All these swimmers, 3:11s, 3:12s, they're all right under their entry times. William there in lane 1, just outside of his 3:18. Fantastic heat. Last through there, lane number 2 is Zachary, 3:27.98. Some great swims there in heat number 3. Well done, swimmers. We move on now to heat number 4. The result is there on the board for you. And we'll have the swimmers' names up shortly once we get them under starters' orders.
It is a 200 breaststroke. This is heat number 4.
Okay, so heat number 4 underway. In this heat, in lane 0, we have Oscar from City of Leeds. We've got Baxter from Morpeth in lane number 1. We've got Alex from Doncaster Dart in lane 2. William from Skipton in lane 3. Henry from South Tyneside lane 4. And that's Henry Jones. In lane 5 is Henry Patterson from City of Leeds. Lane 6 is Alfred from Stocksbridge. Lane 7, Ethan from Middlesbrough. Lane 8 is George from City of Leeds. And lane 9, Isaac from City of Sheffield. So first 50 is lane 3 out in the lead. That's William, 36.9, followed by Baxter in lane number 1, 38.99, and lane 6 is third through. That's Alfie in 41.2. Good strong first 50 there. Couple of front runners, and then we've got a line of swimmers behind those guys. So lane 3, that's William, and lane 1 is Baxter. They're through the 75 metre mark. They're in the front pack, both 12-year-olds. William from Skipton and Baxter is from Morpeth. We're approaching the halfway mark now. First at the 100 is William, that's 121.4. Second is Baxter, 122.8. Third at the turn there is Alfred in 127.2. And then we've got a bunch of swimmers on 128 and 129. So really tight there for that chasing pack as we come through into this second 100 metres. It's going to be a close race here, I think, between lane 3, which is William, and lane 1, Baxter. This is looking like a good strong third 50 for those two guys. Third place at the moment is lane 6, which is Alfred. He's chasing hard, but I don't think he's going to catch those two lads out in front. So we're going to approach this last 50 metre turn now. So this is the 150 metre mark. It's looking tight between William and Baxter. We've got William just ahead at the moment, 2:07.7, and Baxter only 0.4 of a second behind in 2:08.2. Alfred's still third there in 2:13.2. So we're looking for a big last 50 now. PBs of 3:09 for Baxter and 3:06 for William. So we're looking for quicker than that as we come into the last turn now. Big last turn and push off. Give themselves whatever momentum they can as they come into the home straight. Looking for a real push now. Finish these races off strong. All the boys through now at this last turn as the two front runners come under the flags. Last 5 metres, who's going to get the touch? It is William in 2:53.49, followed by Baxter in 2:53.59. Absolutely huge PBs there for the boys. Brilliant swims. Also breaking the 3 minute there is Alfred in third, 2:59.5. But all the boys there are under their entry times, which is amazing swimming. Well done, heat number 4. Some fantastic swimming. There's your results there from Heat 4. Some brilliant swims. Well done, boys. Heat number 5 coming up now, under starters orders. Okay, heat number 5. We've got a mix in this heat. We've got a couple of 11-year-olds who are in lanes 0 and 1. So we've got Liam from City of Leeds and Ted from City of Leeds. Teammates there, 0 and 1. And then we've got some 12-year-olds, so we've got Ollie from Doncaster Darts, lane 2, Charlie from York City in lane 3, Austin from City of Sunderland in lane 4. We've got 13-year-old Thizer from York City in lane 5. And then 12-year-olds in 6 to 9, we've got lane 6 is Zachary from City of Leeds, Tom from Kingston upon Hull in 7, Lewis from Leeds in 8, and 9 is Boris from Scunthorpe. So first through at the turn there is Thizer. He's 37.5. Tom 39.3. Once again, it looks like we're going to have a front runner in that central lane there. So lane number 5 is Thizer. He's 13 years old. The rest of the boys in here are either 12 or 11. So he's out there in front, and then we've got a chase and pack, a line across the pool as we look at it. As they're approaching the halfway mark, so we're going to see what these guys go through the 100 metres in, but their entry times are around 3:01 to 3:05 in this heat, and that's a good strong first 100, 1:21.0, so that sets us up for a good sub 3 minute swim. Second through there is Austin in 1:25.8, and third is Tom 1:26.6. Last swimmers through there in 1:32.0, that's Lewis in lane 8. So that's going to have to be a big second 100 for those swimmers just turned at 1:32 there. But out in front here, coming into the turn after the 6th length, so the 150 metre mark, and that's going to be Thizer from York City, 13-year age group, really strong lead here, well out in front, a good 10 metre lead, that's 2:04.8. And then we've got a line over the far side there, 0 through to 3. And so second at the 150 is Liam. He's one of our 11-year-olds, 2:13.6, and Ollie 2:13.8. Ted really close behind, 2:13.9. So it's going to be a good battle for those 11-year-old City of Leeds boys in lane 0 and 1. See which one of those lads might take this 11-year-old title. Thizer's through now onto his last 25. We've got a real good battle in 0, 1 and 2. Another good battle 3, 4 and 6. Oh, so 3, 4 and 7, beg your pardon. So last 5 now for Thizer. This is going to be another huge PB. Great swim. On he goes, 2:50.03. So that's a good 11-second drop. And then the 11-year-old battle. Lane 0 gets it, so Liam 2:57.3 and Ted 2:57.8 there in third. Ollie the first of the 12-year-olds in 2:58.3. Results will be coming up shortly. Some more cracking swims there. Lots of swimmers breaking that 3 minute mark. Well done, heat 5. 6 under starters orders coming up very shortly. And away we go. So in this heat, in lane 0, we've got Henry from Sheffield. We've got in lane 1 David from City of Leeds. Lane 2 is George from City of Sheffield. Lane 3 Joseph from Darlington. Lane 4 Thomas from City of Leeds. Lane 5 is Henry from Darts. Lane 6 Isaac from Chesley Street. Lane 7 William from Stocksbridge. Lane 8 is Zach from Kingfisher Scarborough. And lane 9 is Jake from Middlesbrough. So we've got a mix in this one of 12 and 13 year olds. As we approach the first turn, got a line of lads going in there. So we've got first through is William in lane 7, 37.7, Henry 38.6 in lane 5, and Isaac in lane 6 there is third, 38.7. So your 12 year olds in this heat here are lanes 1 David, lane 2 George, and lane 9 is Jake. The rest of the swimmers in this heat are 13 year old swimmers. Entry times just under the 3-minute mark for the middle of the pool there, so lanes 3 through to 6 have all entered just under 3 minutes, and then all the other entries around the 3-minute 3:01 mark. So if we can have all these swimmers under 3 minutes, that'd be a great heat. Halfway mark there is William 1:21.7, Isaac 1:23.6 second, and Henry is in third at the moment, 1:23.7. So looking for these tactics now, see if these swimmers have timed it right, got their rhythm correct on that first 250s. Third 50 is always the key. Lane 7 there, still out in the lead is William from Stocksbridge. One of our 13-year-old swimmers. We've got a really close battle there between 0, 5 and 6, and also lane 2. As we approach this 150 metre mark. Bit of a stretch there from William in lane 7, still out in front, 2:07.1. Henry in lane 5 is 2:09.3, and Henry in lane 0 is 2:09.8. So big last 50 now for these boys. Let's see what we've got left in the tank. Approaching this final turn, still our leader in lane 7, which is William from Stocksbridge. And away we go. All the boys through now on their last turn. Big final push. Take whatever momentum we can get from that last push off. Really power on home through these final stages. So into the wall now, on the touch, it is lane 7, William, 2:52.7. Second is Henry, 2:53.3, and third is Henry Mackenzie in lane 5, 2:54.4. All PBs there, so all the ones who have broken the 3 minutes there, fantastic swimming. Results now up on the board, and we move on to heat number 7.
This is heat number 7.
Okay, heat number 7 underway. In lane 0, we've got James from Saltburn. Lane 1 is Finn from City of Leeds. Lane 2, Alexander from Wakefield. Lane 3 is William from Newcastle. Lane 4 is Ollie from Rotherham. Lane 5, Oscar from York. Lane 6 is Max from Derwenside and Gateshead. Lane 7 is Jensen from Durham City. Lane 8 is Dante from York City. And lane 9, Adam from Middlesbrough. Nice powerful strokes we see from these bigger swimmers from the 13 and 14 year old age group. So lane 4 there, Ollie, first through in 36.1. Really stretching it out. See as the swimmers get older and get that little bit more power, they're able to stretch and glide after each stroke. Travel a good distance on every time they take the strokes. We approach the 100-metre mark here. We've got lane 4, lane 7 and lane 2 out in an early lead, coming into the halfway mark. So first at the turn there is lane 7, that's Jensen, 1:18.9. Ollie's on 1:19.7. And third there is Alexander on 1:20.0. Personal best times on this heat are 2:51 for Ollie in the middle, through to 2:58 for James and Adam in the outside lanes. So again, we're looking for a heat of swimmers that break that 3-minute barrier. But how far under can they go? Really strong third 50 here from lane number 7, which is Jensen from Durham City. Still getting a really good catch of the water there. Nice long strokes. Good last turn. So Jensen is through in 2:01.97. Ollie second in 2:04.9 and Alexander third 2:05.8. Big last push now from all these swimmers. In this heat we've got a mix of 12s, 13s and 14s. So our 12-year-olds are Finn from Leeds in lane 1 and Adam from Middlesbrough in lane 9. 13s we've got James in lane 0, Alexander lane 2, Max in lane 6, Jensen lane 7 and Dante lane 8. So this is a fantastic swim for lane number 7. Jensen, his entry time is 2:55. He's going to be well underneath that. This is another huge swim. What a swim that is. 2:45.31. That is a 10-second PB. Absolutely outstanding. Well done, Jensen. Ollie's second there, 2:49.6, also under his entry time. And third there is Oscar, 2:51.87 from York, 2:51.86. Wow, some fantastic swims in that heat. Almost a full heat under 3 minutes there. Just James, just over 3 minutes, 0.14 there. So just outside his best time, but fantastic effort, boys. Well done. Heat number 8. Okay, heat number 8 is underway. So lane 0 is Benjamin from South Holderness. Lane 1, Charlie from Morpeth. Lane 2, Jensen from City of Sheffield. Lane 3, Ethan from Wakefield. Lane 4 is Claude from Newcastle. Lane 5, Lucas from Middlesbrough. Lane 6 is Ethan from Bridlington. Lane 7, William from Middlesbrough. Lane 8 is Jacob from City of Sheffield. And lane 9, Caleb from Sheffield City. Okay, so these swimmers are all 13 or 14. We've got a good mix. The first turn, it's looking like lane number 5, which is Lucas, that's 35.9. Second, Caleb out in lane 9, 36.2. And just beside him is Jacob in lane 8 from City of Sheffield, 36.6, coming through there in third. So a really strong start to this race. Like I said, a good mix of 13s and 14s in here. Your 13-year-olds are lane 0, lane 3, lane 5, 6 and 8. And all the other lads in here are 14-year-old age group. So once again we see those really powerful rangy strokes. The older age groups represented through these last few heats now. Through the 100-metre mark there. So Lucas just still out in front there, 1:19.1. Caleb still holding on though, 1:19.5 out in lane 9, and lane 8 is still third, Jacob 1:20.2. So once again we check those tactics. Shaping up to be a good race, this one. Third 50 now, this is the key in any 200-metre race. If you're working with your coaches back home, these are the 50s that your coaches will be really pushing hard for you to focus on, to keep that stroke length, to start to think about revving up your stroke rate so that you hold on to that speed as you get tired in the race. Coming in now to the final turn at the start and end. So that's 2:03.3 for Lucas, still out in front. Caleb 2:04.2. Third just edging it now in lane 7 is William, 2:04.4. So it's going to be a really tight battle on this last 50. Down on the side near the spectators. So lanes 5 through to 9, we've got a really close battle. Last turn there for lane 5, which is Lucas in the middle, who has led this race from start to finish. All the pull-outs done now for these lads in lanes 7 through to 9. Big battle up this last 10 metres. Under the flags for Lucas. Entry time of 2:48. How are we going to go? And it's another fantastic swim. 2:45.5 first there for Lucas. Second is lane 7 William from Middlesbrough, 2:47.1. And third is Jacob from City of Sheffield, 2:47.59. Some fantastic swims there, all well under their entry times. Oh, we have a disqualification there in lane 4, Claude. Unlucky there, Claude. Coaches will go and find out what the error was there and look to fix it all up in training when they get back home. Heat number 9 coming up next. Okay, heat number 9. So lane 0, we've got Alexander from Barnsley. Lane 1, Stephen from Stokesley. Lane 2, Harrison from City of Leeds. Lane 3 is George from Kingston upon Hull. Lane 4, Nasri from Cleethorpes. Lane 5 is Sam from Gisborough. Lane 6, Ethan from Middlesbrough. Lane 7, Archie from Durham. Lane 8 is Jack from City of Leeds. And lane 9, Leo, also City of Leeds. Good strong first 50 from all the swimmers here. Can't really separate them across the line. So we look to the scoreboard. It is Nasri 36.3, Archie second 36.4, and third at the moment is Ethan 36.5. But a really close race after that first 50. Okay, starting to see the race develop now as we come into the 100-metre turn. Still really close at the front there, so first through the turn is lane 9. So Leo from City of Leeds, 1:17.3. In the middle, Nasri there on 1:17.9 is second, and Ethan 1:18.0. Really tight race this one. Entry times around 2:44 to 2:47. Mix of age groups in here, so we've got 12-year-old Sam Clark in lane 5 there from Gisborough, and then we've got some 13-year-olds, so we've got Alexander from Barnsley, Harrison from Leeds, Jack from Leeds, and Leo from Leeds. They're all 13s, and the rest of the boys are 14 in this race. So as we approach the turn at the end of the third 50, the 150-metre mark, we've got Leo out in front, 1:58.5. Second is Jack next to him, his teammate, 2 minutes 0.7. And then really close, it's actually a tie for second. Nasri was through there the same time as lane 8, which is Jack. But a really good strong push from that turn at the 150 from lane 9, and it's our race leader Leo. He's really forging ahead now. Got his tactics absolutely spot on. He's got an entry time of 2:47.7 from the 13-year-old age group. He will be probably in contention for medals with this swim. Comes into the finish now, 2:39.84. Fantastic swim, broke the 2:40 barrier. Second is Nasri, 2:43.3, and third is Jack, 2:43.4. Again, some cracking PBs being swum here under their entry times. And just touching in 10th there, Stephen, in lane 1. Brings heat number 9 to a close. The results will be on the screen in a sec. Okay, final heat coming up, heat number 10. Names are on the screen and they're under starters orders. Okay, where we go. So this last heat we have lane 0, Noah from Eston. Lane 1 is Tom from Tadcaster. Lane 2, Oscar from Kingston upon Hull. Lane 3 is Henry from Aquajets Newcastle. Lane 4 is George from City of Sheffield. Lane 5, Archie from Sunderland. Lane 6, Harry from City of Sheffield. Lane 7 is Tom from Sunderland. Lane 8 is Harvey from City of Sheffield. Lane 9, Adrian from Newcastle. Okay, first 50, so through first at the turn there, we've got Harry 33.5, Adrian 33.8, and third Henry 33.9. Coming up to the finish now is Harry from City of Sheffield, 2:31.45. Another huge swim there. Second is Henry from Aquajets Newcastle. Henry is a 13-year-old, great swim there. And third is Oscar from Kingston upon Hull, 2:33.73. Another 13-year-old. Some fantastic swims there. Well done to all our swimmers in the Open Boys 200-metre breaststroke. And we move on to event 103, which is the girls 400 IM. Heat number 1 coming up. Okay, so the girls 400 IM. Heat number 1, we've got 0 is Hayden, lane 1 is Katie, lane 2 Olive, lane 3 is Bay, lane 4 is Zoe, lane 5 Isabel, lane 6 Layla, lane 7 Isabel, and lane 8 is Louise. So the 400 IM is 100 metres of each stroke. We start with butterfly, through that first 50 there in 37 seconds. And the idea on this 400 IM is to make sure you get your pacing right. Again, it's a longer distance event, so you've got to make sure that you don't overcook it early in the race. So these girls will have been practicing this pacing with their coaches. Okay, last length of this butterfly now. Trick here is stay as flat as you can. Make sure that you keep that streamlined position. Through we go, 1:21.5 for Zoe, 1:22.9 for Olive in second, and Bay at the minute third, 1:25.4. Next stroke up is backstroke, so we do 4 lengths of backstroke. So on this one, we're going to try and get into a good early rhythm. Have a little bit of a breather from the butterfly as we start the backstroke, probably. And then get into a good rhythm keep the legs ticking over. Make sure we've got a good body roll, and that'll help us get a good catch position with our hands. Some lovely little finger entries here on this backstroke. Beautiful technique, we can see. Coaches have been doing a fantastic job here. Through the 150 mark, we've got Zoe still out in the lead there, 2:05. PBs in this heat anywhere between 5:47 for Zoe in lane number 4. She's one of our 12-year-olds, through to 6:13 for Hayden in lane 0. Got a mix in this one of 11s and 12s. Twelve-year-olds in this heat are lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, so that's Bay, Zoe, Isabel and Layla, and the rest of the girls in there are 11, so this will be their first 400 IM short course at a regional championships. Through the halfway mark there, Zoe 2:49.13 as we turn onto the breaststroke, which is our third of the 4 strokes we swim in this 400 metre event. Oh, we've lost a swimming cap there for lane 4, which is Zoe from Leeds. She'll just keep swimming there, she'll ignore that hat's come off. Again, similar to the 200 breaststroke, we're looking for nice flat long strokes on this breaststroke, getting good distance per stroke. The more distance you cover with each stroke, the more energy you can save. Really important in these longer endurance races. Zoe through there in 3:39.48. 2 more lengths of breaststroke coming up for the girls in the second pack there. So we've got Layla, Bay and Olive coming through there. Isabel, Louise and Isabel from Leeds in lane 7 there coming through as well. .400 IM really is not for the faint of heart. It is a really tough endurance event. These girls would have done a lot of training in preparation. Their coaches would have been giving them lots of endurance work, working on multi-strokes, so they're prepared for this. Nonetheless, this will be starting to get quite tough for them as we come through the 300 metre mark with Zoe, 4:32.87. Second through there is Bay, 4:37.7. Third is Layla in 4:40.5. Last 100 now, so the final of the 4 strokes is the freestyle. Four lengths of freestyle and then we're home. So that's one of them done now for our leader, which is Zoe. 75 metres to go for these girls turning now. And a final 50 coming up for our race leader Zoe for heat 1, 5:13.5. So still got a good lead there. Losing the hat doesn't seem to have affected her. She's kept going with professionalism. Swimming a really strong race here. We're looking for anything under a 5:47 for Zoe, and that'll beat her entry time. Isabel and Bay, we're looking 5:52s. Layla 5:54 entry time. How are we going to do? So last 10 metres now for Zoe, powering in for home. So lane 4 is our winner there, 5:52.53, just outside the entry time of 5:47. Good strong swim. Lane 3 there, second, no time at the moment. Layla 6:06. Base times come up now, 6:02.9. So good effort there by our girls in heat number 1. Final swimmer there, Katie in 6:18.34. The results will be on the screen in one moment. We'll get ready for heat number 2.
400 IM. This is heat number 2.
Okay, heat number 2 is underway. So in this one, in lane 0, we've got Edie from Gisborough. Lane 1 is Evelyn from City of Leeds. Lane 2, Imogen from Sheffield. Lane 3, Daisy from Harrogate. Lane 4 is Madeline from City of Leeds. Lane 5, Neve from City of Leeds. Lane 6 is Prudence from City of Sheffield. Lane 7 is Jan from City of Leeds. Lane 8 is Ava from City of Leeds. Lane 9, Betsy from Tynemouth. So we've got 11s and 12-year-olds in this one. And once again, we start off with the 4 lengths of butterfly. First through the first turn there at 50 metres is Daisy, 32.9. Taking an early lead out there in lane number 3. Okay, through that first 100 metres now then, so the girls go on to their backstroke next. 4 lengths of backstroke to reset and get into a rhythm. Still out in front there is lane number 3, that's Daisy from Harrogate. Okay, so that is the halfway mark. Lane 3 is Daisy. She's turned now from back to breast. Lovely flip turn she did there. You see a number of different variations, some touch and swivel, some flip over and go back to breast, and then others do what we call a crossover turn. Whichever works for you. But you can do where you manage to get around quickly, get a good push off on the breaststroke. You work on it with your coach, decide which one you're going to go for, and then execute it well in the race. So through that first 50 of breaststroke now is Daisy, so she's through in 3:18.2, halfway through the breaststroke, followed by lane 6, which is Prudence from Sheffield, 3:26.9, and Imogen over there in lane 2 from City of Sheffield, 3:28.3. So we've got a spread out race here. Heat number 2 is a mix of 11s and 12s again. Our 11-year-olds are lane 0, Evie, lane 6, Prudence, and lane 7 is Chan. And then all the other girls are in the 12-year-old age group. So approaching this 300 metre mark now. We're going to have 100 freestyle left to go of this 400 IM. Big endurance event. So Daisy is through there in 4:05.99. Followed by Prudence 4:13.3 and Imogen 4:15.1. Okay, last 50 coming up now for Daisy. 4:43.41. Big last push now. We're going to try and kick our legs a bit, keep that speed up as we come in. PB here at 5:32.3 for Daisy. Okay, approaching the finish now is Daisy in lane 3, and that is 5:20.43. Huge PB there from her entry time of 5:32.3. Second is Prudence from City of Sheffield, 5:27.8, and third is Imogen, City of Sheffield, 5:31.3. All best times there. Neve 5:31, just on her entry time in fourth. Got a couple more swimmers just finishing off. Well done, girls, in Heat 2. That's everybody in, and we'll have the result up shortly. Okay, heat number 3. In lane 0 we got Pippa from South Tyneside. Lane 1 is Olivia from Borough Barnsley. Lane 2 Eva from City of Leeds. Lane 3 Ursula from Stocksbridge. Lane 4 Willow from City of Leeds. Lane 5 is Orla from City of Sheffield. Lane 6 is Lily from City of Sunderland. Lane 7 Anya Chesley Street. Lane 8 Arabella Morpeth, and lane 9 Jessica City of Leeds. All in a line on that first 50. Ursula on the touch, 33.2, just out in front. Okay, first through the 100 there was Ursula in 1:13. All the girls in a bit of a line here as we go on to the backstroke and see what the different stroke specialists are as the race unfolds. Okay, Ursula's still out in front there, 1:53 through the 1:50 mark. Got a little bit of a gap opening up on the far side there, so lanes 3 through to 9 are in the front line, and then just behind them there, sort of 3 or 4 metres back, is lane 0, 1 and 2. We're starting to stretch out a little bit here as we come towards the end of the backstroke. Okay, so at the halfway mark, it's still Ursula out in front there, lane 3 from Stocksbridge, 2:34.3. We go on to the breaststroke. Always an interesting leg. You'll see the real sort of breaststroke specialists will come through on this 100 metres within the race, the third 100. speaking from experience, this is where you start to feel those sort of tight cramps as you're trying to stretch out your stroke. Fatigue starts to build in. Girls are doing a fantastic job here. Halfway through the breaststroke, we've got a change of leader, so that's Lily now from Sunderland, 3:21.8. Really great race unfolding here. We've still got the sort of two races going on, although lane 0, which is Pippa Brotherton from South Tyneside. She's one of our 11-year-olds. She's starting to come into the picture now. She's obviously a really good breaststroker, got a nice natural style, good glide. Last length of the breaststroke now for the girls as we come into the last 100. So lane 4 now, Willow, 4:09.27 as we go into the freestyle. Got a good battle now here between lane 4 and lane 6, so that's Willow and Lily. Willow from Leeds, Lily from Sunderland, fighting it out as we go into the final 50 after this length. So last 5 into the turn, then we're looking for a big bounce, and away they go. You might see some strong leg kicks coming into action. So that's Lily just slightly ahead, 4:45.04, and Willow 4:45.07. So only 3 100 separating them at that turn. Still really battling it out. See who can get it on the touch. Best times of 5:21. These two go 5:19. I beg your pardon for Willow. 5:21 for Lily. Powering through now. Last 5, heads down. Good finish there and a bit of a stretch from Lily to take it in 5:19.46. And Willow 5:19.69. Third is Orla, 5:25.96. Well done, swimmers in lane 3. Results are on the screen. And heat number 4 coming up next. Okay, this is heat number 4. So lane 0, Florence City of Leeds. Lane 1 is Amelia, Derwentide and Gateshead. Lane 2, Matilda from Morpeth. Lane 3 is Rosie from Leeds. Lane 4, Sophie from City of Sheffield. Lane 5, Evie, City of Sheffield. Lane 6 is Lucy from Morpeth. Lane 7 is Alba from Richmond Dales. Lane 8 is Isla from Rotherham. Lane 9 is Jessica from City of Leeds. First through the turn there was Amelia in lane 1. Second half of the butterfly coming up. Some really natural butterfly strokes here, relaxed shoulders, good strong 2 big kicks to every arm stroke. So first through is there Amelia, 1:08.3, strong butterfly leg. She started the backstroke strong there with a good high stroke rate and powerful leg kick. Okay, final length of backstroke now. Still out in the lead there is lane number 1, which is Amelia from Derwentide and Gateshead, followed by lane 6, which is Lucy from Morpeth. Coming up to the halfway point of this 400 metre event. Flip turn there for lane 1, which is Amelia, 2:26.7. Lucy 2:28.6 in second. And Sophie is third at the moment in lane 4, 2:30.2. Over onto the breaststroke. Once again, we'll see any breaststroke specialists coming through the field. Amelia still out in front there from Derwentide and Gateshead, 3:12.84. Got a mix of 13s and 14s in this heat number 4. So Amelia is one of our 14-year-olds, the race leader at the moment. The two 13-year-olds in here are Matilda, lane 2 from Morpeth, and lane 3 Rosie from City of Leeds. So almost neck and neck at the turn there for lane 1 and 6. So that is Amelia and Lucy. This is the last length of the breaststroke, trying to keep those strokes long, stretching it out, getting as much power as they can as they whip their feet back. 300 metre mark, we've got a change of leader there, so Lucy's just taken the lead there on 3:59.5 from Amelia on 3:59.8. PBs for these swimmers are 5:17 for Amelia and 5:14 for Lucy. Coming up now to the last 50 turn. So through first there is Lucy from Morpeth, 4:35.3. She's looking to go anything under 5:14.9, which was her entry time. Second was Amelia there, really pushing on through now. This is where the race starts to really bite. The last 50 of a 400 metre event is never pretty, but it's what all your training's geared towards. These girls will just be heading for home now. Leg kicks on, heads down for the finish. Last 10 metres now for Lucy. Coming in, it's looking a good swim. 5:14 entry time, she's 5:10.09, excellent swim. Taking it on the touch there for second is Sophie, City of Sheffield, 5:15.01, and third is Amelia in lane 1, our early leader, 5:15.84. Well done girls, some strong swims there in heat number 4. One more heat coming up, heat number 5. Results on the scoreboard. Swimmers will be under starters' orders shortly.
This is heat number 5.
Okay, heat number 5, last heat. So we've got 12s, 13s and 14s in here. In lane 0 we've got Elkie, City of Leeds. Lane 1 Addison, City of Leeds, that's our 12-year-old. Lane 2 is Samantha, York City. Lane 3 Isabel, City of Leeds. Lane 4 is Lydia, Middlesbrough. Lane 5 is Emily from City of Leeds. Lane 6 Amarja from Harrogate. Lane 7 from City of Leeds. First through the turn there is Emily in the middle, 30.6. We've got lane 8 is Abby Coventry from Morpeth, and lane 9 Annie from Morpeth. Okay, coming up to the end of the butterfly. Strong first 100 here from lane 4 and 5, so that's 106.41 for Emily, 106.72 for Lydia. Onto our second stroke now, onto the backstroke. Good if you can get into an early rhythm on this backstroke, get the stroke rate where it needs to be. Good strong leg kick to keep the body flat and help with that body roll. Slight lead now for lane 4, which is Lydia from Middlesbrough, 144.3. From Emily in lane 5, 145.4. Should be a really good race as it unfolds. 13-year-olds in this heat are Emily in lane 5 from City of Leeds and Annie in lane 9 from Morpeth. They'll be looking to beat the times that have already been done in the previous heats. Last length of the backstroke now. Halfway mark there, so Lydia out in front, 2:22.5, and Emily in lane 5, 2:23.5 as we go on to the breaststroke.
Then the two inside the yellow rope, leading the way on the breaststroke.
Okay, the end of the breaststroke. There we've got Emily out in front, 3:47.6. From City of Leeds, Lydia in second and Isabel in third. So we've got a good battle going on here in 4, 5 and 6 in this final heat. Okay, final turn here for these girls, 4, 5 and 6, really tight battle. 4 just ever so slightly ahead at the turn. It'll all depend on the afterburners on this last length. We've got the leg kicks going. It'll be heads down last 5. Who's going to get the touch? It's going to be lane 5, Emily. It is 4:54.62 from City of Leeds. Second, Lydia from Middlesbrough, 4:54.72. So just 1/10 of a second there between first and second. And third place is Isabel, 4:55.77. Some great swims there, breaking the 5-minute barrier. Under the entry times there for first 2 past the post. Excellent swimming there, and that wraps up our 400 IM. Moving on next, we've got the open male 200 metre freestyle, which is event 104, heat number 1 coming up.
Next event is the open event, 200 freestyle. This is your number 1.
Okay, heat number 1. In lane 0, it's Leo from Wakefield. Lane 1 is William from Eston. Lane 2, Roman from City of Sunderland. Lane 3, Joe from Eston. Lane 4, Isaac from City of Sheffield. Lane 5, Charlie from Doncaster Darts. Lane 6 is Jacob, City of Leeds. Lane 7 is Reese from Barnsley. Lane 8, Stanley from City of Sheffield. And lane 9, Eddie from City of Sheffield. So, back to an 8-length race. First 50, all the swimmers in a line. First at the turn is Reese, 33.2. Second, Charlie, 33.7. And third, Isaac, 34.2. Far too early to call. Another tactical race here. Back to getting into that pace now as we've got the first 50 out the way. We'll settle into a good rhythm for 50s number 2 and 3. And then we'll have a big fight on the last 50 to see who takes it on the touch at the end. Bit of a lead opened up here for lane number 7. His tactic has obviously been to take it out strong. Big second 50 for him. Started to pull clear. That is Reese. And he turns at the halfway mark in 1:11.3. Reese is entered on 2:34.57. So if he keeps this up, he should be well ahead of schedule. Need a big third 50 for him. He looks like he's got a good rhythm. He's got a good battle behind him for the second and third places as we finish the 5th length. Okay, 150 metre mark, so still out in the lead there is lane number 7, that's Reese. Looks like his stroke rate slowed a little bit, but he'll be buoyed by the fact he's only got 50 left. Second is Joe, 152.6, and third Charlie at the moment, 153.1. So we've got some big kicks coming in action now on the last 50. See a bit of a push from lane number 5 coming through. This is Charlie. Looks like he's worked his tactics quite well. He looks really strong. Good 6-beat leg kick there. Breathing every 3 strokes, looking both sides. Are we going to be able to hold off lane 7 there? Reese, is he going to hold off lane 5? On the touch, he does. 2:27.96, and Charlie's second, 2:28.19. Third is Joe, 2:30.13. Some great swims there to kick us off. All faster than entry times. Some good swims. Results will go up on the scoreboard, and we are ready for heat 2.
This is heat number 2.
Okay, heat number 2, lane 0, we have Liam from City of Leeds. Lane 1 is Matthias from Tynemouth. Lane 2, Edward from South Tyneside. Lane 3, Harry from City of Sheffield. Lane 4, Archie from Alnwick. Lane 5, Henry from Beverley Barracudas. Lane 6, Max from York. Lane 7, Patrick from Tadcaster. Lane 8, Christian from Stockton. And lane 9, Julian from York City. Lane 4 first at the turn there at 50. That's Archie, 32.5. We've got Julian in lane 9, 32.57. And third, Patrick, 32.98. Good strong start. See how this one pans out as we get into our rhythm in the middle. So we're coming up towards the halfway mark now. Lane 4 is our early leader. That's Archie from Alnwick, 109.98. Patrick close behind, 110.4. And Julian, 112.1. Looking for a strong third 50 here in heat number 2. Mix of 11 and 12-year-olds in here. The 11-year-olds are lane 0 and 1, Liam and Matthias. And lane 4 and 5, Archie and Henry. All the other swimmers in this race are then 12. as we come into the 150 turn. Still got a slight lead there, lane 4, which is Archie. Lane 7, Patrick, close behind. So it's going to be a big fight on this last 50 for these two boys. So 148.3 and 148.7, just half a second between them. Third is Edward at the minute, 151.2. Good strong leg kick from lane number 7 there, which is Patrick. He's taking the lead now. So maybe a little bit too early with the tactics for Archie. Gone out a bit strong. Looks like he's still got a little bit left. We've got the leg kick coming in now as they come up the last length. Best times here around the 2:30 mark. 2:24 for Patrick. That is a big swim there. 6 seconds off. Archie 2:26.1 and third Henry 2:28.5. All under their entry times there. Some great swims. 4 of the swimmers breaking 2:30. 5 of the swimmers breaking 2:30. We've got one on 2:29.99, which is as close as you can get. Nevertheless, it's under 2:30, so well done to heat number 2.
This is heat number 3.
Heat number 3. So lane 0, we've got George from City of Leeds. Lane 1 is Hercules from City of Wakefield. Lane 2, Casey from Middlesbrough. Lane 3, Edward from Thirsk. Lane 4, Henry from City of Leeds. Lane 5, Alfred from Stocksbridge. Lane 6, Tom from South Tyneside. Lane 7, Ted from City of Leeds. Lane 8, Solomon from City of Leeds. Lane 9 is Joseph from Durham City. All the swimmers in a line after this first 50. That's pretty normal on these 200s. So 31.9 the first 50 there. The leader is Tom from South Tyneside at the moment. Okay, halfway mark coming up. So we've got first through there is Henry from Leeds in 107.9. Tom McLean not too far behind there, 108.2 in second, and Edward 108.7. So still fairly bunched up, could go anywhere from here. Big third 50 needed now from the swimmers. Okay, as we go on to the last 50 now, still Henry from Leeds in the lead there, 144.7. Tom just behind him, 145.6, and Edward in third, 146.1. Last turn now for the swimmers. Time to see what we've got left now on this 8th length. Got some strong swims coming in now on this last 50. Lane 3 started to make an appearance, which is Edward. And on the touch it is Henry, our leader from early in the race, 2:20.87. Just 5 seconds under his entry time. Second is Edward, 2:21.6. Third is Tom in 2:22.5. All those swimmers there under their entry times. That's some great swimming there. Well done, heat 3. Move on now to heat number 4. Okay, heat number 4. So we've got Oscar from Alnwick in lane 0, Oliver from Leeds in lane 1, Joe from Middlesbrough lane 2, Joseph from Downside and Gateshead lane 3, Harry from Leeds lane 4, Jacob from Middlesbrough lane 5, Ollie from Doncaster Darts lane 6, George from City of Sheffield lane 7, Baxter Wig from Morpeth in lane 8, and David from Leeds in lane 9. Harry first through the turn there, 30.8 in the middle from City of Leeds. Good strong start. The boys will settle into their rhythm now as we go into the second and third 50s. Alright, first through at the halfway point there is Harry, 104.8. Second, Baxter Wig, 105.9. And third is lane 3, which is Joseph from Downside and Gateshead. Looking for a strong third 50 now from these front runners. See if they can keep stretching the field. Got to keep those leg kicks on and stroke rates up now as we approach the 150 mark. Alright, first now at the 150 mark, that's Baxter Wig in lane 8, so taking a little bit of a lead there. We'll see how much he's got left for this last 50. Harry in lane 4 there, still closely battling with him in lane 7. We've got George from City of Sheffield. Last turn is done now. What have we got left for this 8th length? Looking at a PB of 225 for Baxter in lane 8, who led at the 150 mark. Is he going to hold on for the touch? He certainly is. That's a big swim there. 2:16.1, a massive chunk of time off. 2:17 for George in second and 2:17 for Harry in third. All great swims there. The fastest entry time we had was 2:20 for that race, so there's been some absolutely brilliant PBs there. Well done, swimmers. And we move on to heat number 5. Okay, so the leader after 50 in this one is Robson in lane 2 from Harrogate, 30.00. Oscar and Sam closely behind, 30.1 and 30.2. So in here we've got Zachary, City of Leeds, Orrin, Middlesbrough, Robson from Harrogate, Oscar from City of Leeds, Sam from Gisborough, Tyler from City of Leeds, Mason from Tynemouth, Lucas from Middlesbrough, Henry from South Tyneside, and Austin from City of Sunderland. Coming in for the halfway mark now. So who's going to be in the lead as we turn? That is Robson, 103.66. Oscar really close behind, 103.76. And Sam, 104.6. Looking for a big third 50 now, as ever. See if we can keep that rhythm going. Who's going to make a break? Is anybody going to go early? Or are they just going to cagey, race each other, go into the 150 together and see who's got the afterburners? We will see. Who is it going to be? It looks like lane number 2, which is Robson. He was our halfway leader, so he's had a little bit of a push there. He's 137.3, and then we've got Oscar 138.5 and Sam 138.9. You can see some really strong 6-beat leg kicks there as we approach the last turn. Robson's over there now from Harrogate. Can he hang on as we go up this last 50? We're having a late surge here from lane number 4, which is Sam, but he's going to hold him off. And our leader at the halfway mark, Robson, has indeed won, 209.88. Sam 210.78, and Oscar in third, 213.0. Again, some fantastic PBs there. Robson's entry time was 2:16.1. Great swimming there in heat number 5. And we'll move on now to heat number 6. Okay, heat number 6. So we've got Dexter from Sheffield in lane 0. Lane 1 is William from Stockspage. Lane 2 is Benjamin from South Holderness. Lane 3, Angus from Leeds. Lane 4 is Tristan from Richmond Dales. Lane 5, Lucas from Rotherham. Lane 6 is Dexter from Sheffield. Lane 7, Gabriel from Tynemouth. Lane 8 is Tudor from Rotherham. And lane 9, Zach from Morbeth. So first turn there is lane number 7, which is Gabriel. 29.31. Taking an early lead and looking to stretch it out on this second 50. We've got a good line of swimmers battling it out for second and third. So at the halfway mark, we have got Gabriel in the lead, 102.82. Tristan just behind, 103.26, and Lucas, 103.27. Really close battle there in the middle, in lane 4 and 5. Good race unfolding here as we approach this 150 metre mark. Lanes 4, 5 and 7 out in front at the moment. Looks like lane 5's made his move on the third 50, which is Lucas, 137.23, followed by Tristan and Gabriel. Big last 50 coming up, I'm sure. PB's in this heat around the 212 to 214 mark. So last 25 now, what have we got left? You can see lots of legs coming into action. We'll be looking for heads down last 5. Get that last bit of speed, and it's on the touch, 210.3 for Lucas. Second Tristan, 212.2, and third is lane 9 Zach, 212.37. All faster than entry times there for the top 3, and the results are now up on the board. We'll go on to heat number 7.
This is heat number 7.
Heat 7, in lane 0, Stanley from Middlesbrough. Lane 1 is Victor from Scarborough. Lane 2, Theo from Newcastle. Lane 3, Archie from Middlesbrough. Lane 4, Oscar from Kingston upon Hull. Lane 5, Benjamin from Newcastle. Lane 6, Joe from Durham. Lane 7, Zhao Xin from Cleethorpes. Lane 8, Finley from Durham. And lane 9, Aidan from Sunderland. First through the turn is Benjamin in lane 5, 28.61. He's from Newcastle. Best times in this heat around the 2.9 to 2.11 mark. Early leader in the middle there is lane 5, and that's Benjamin from Newcastle, one of our 14-year-olds in this race. At the halfway point, we've turned in 60.7. Second is Oscar, 61.87, and that is joint with Finley in lane 8, also 61.87. Really tightly contested race here unfolding. We have got that early leader in lane 5 still stretching out his lead from Newcastle. That is Benjamin. And then behind that we're all fighting it out for that second spot at the moment as we approach the 150 turn. Benjamin through in 133.5, Oscar 134.9, and Joe in 136.1. Okay, last turn there now for Benjamin, still out in the lead. Still could be anybody's really for second and third. Really strong battle coming up on this last 25 metres. Under the flags and into the finish. And that is a 205.22, another massive PB. Second is Oscar, 207.97. And third is Stanley in lane 0, 208.52. Really late surge there from Stanley. Entry time of 2:11, so that's another great swim. Well done, heat 7.
In the entry room pool, this is heat number 8.
Heat number 8 is lane 0, Jack from Leeds. Lane 1 is Thomas from Newcastle. Lane 2, Alfie from City of Leeds. Lane 3, Harvey from City of Sheffield. Lane 4, Noah from City of Leeds. Lane 5, Ollie from Rotherham. Lane 6 is Jack from Middlesbrough. Lane 7 is Jeffrey from City of Leeds. Lane 8 is Oliver from Harrogate. And lane 9 is Oliver from City of Leeds. Got one 13-year-old in this, is lane 0, Jack from Leeds. And the rest are 14s. Lane 5's our early leader, Ollie, 28.71 on that first 50. Approaching the halfway mark there, we've got some early leaders in the middle, so that's Ollie and Jack over in 60.6 and 60.7. Third is Thomas in lane 1, 61.2. PBs in this heat anywhere between 2:08 and 2:09, so all entered on pretty close times. Approaching the 150 turn now. Who's going to be there? It's going to be Jack first through in 134.0, followed by Ollie 134.5, and third Thomas 134.6. Big last 50 now. Just about holding on to the lead is lane 6. That's Jack from Middlesbrough. Had a good last turn there, but we're going to have a little bit of a fight here with lane 1, and that's Thomas from Newcastle. He's coming on strong. Can Jack hold him off? I think he will. That's a 2:06.53. Thomas is second, 2:07.74, and Ollie in third, 2:07.95. So all those guys on PBs who entered on 2:08s there. Got a few 2:09 lows. And that concludes heat number 8. Last heat now is heat number 9. And they are off. So this is heat number 9, the final heat. Lane 0 is Adrian from Newcastle. Lane 1, Archie from City of Sheffield. Lane 2, Harry from Borough Barnsley. Lane 3, Austin from Middlesbrough. Lane 4 is Harry from Newcastle. Lane 5, Alex from Morpeth. Lane 6, Lewis from Kingston upon Hull. Lane 7 is Jack from Borough of Kirklees. Lane 8, Marek from City of Sheffield. Lane 9, Leo from City of Leeds. First through at the turn there is Harry Willis from Newcastle, 26.94. Strong early lead. His entry time is 1:56.00, which is significantly faster than the next competition. So the next guys are in on 2:03. That's Alex and Austin. And then in the outside lanes, Adrian and Leo are 2:07 PBs. Halfway mark, Harry is through in 57.17, followed by Jack on 58.0 and Austin on 58.9. So perhaps not the lead you would expect. These boys are hanging on to his coattails as we go into this third 50. Seeing if our fastest entrant there, Harry, can pull them along to a fast swim. It's a brave tactic, but they'll have done plenty of preparation for this. And if you're going to do a big swim, the regionals is the place to do it. So first there is Harry, 1:28.6. Jack's still hanging on to him, 1:29.4, and Austin 1:30.7. What have we got left now on this final 50? The only person who entered under 2 minutes was Harry on 1:56. Lane 7 Jack entered this on 2:05.5. This is looking like it's going to be well under that. Lanes 5 and 3 also coming in strong for this last 5 metres or so. 1:59.09 for Harry, 2:01.42 for Jack in second, and 2:01.81 for Alex in third. Another fantastic swim there also by Austin, 2:02.40. Some cracking swims there to bring our boys 200 freestyle event to a close. And we move on to the girls 100 metre freestyle next. And after this event there'll be a short break where we'll warm up again, ready for the distance events. So heat 1 just about ready to get underway. Okay, so 100 metre event. In lane 1 we have Annabella from Rotherham, lane 2 Annalise from City of Leeds, lane 3 Amelia City of Leeds, lane 4 is Olive City of Leeds, lane 5 is Ava from Hartlepool, lane 6 Michelle from City of Leeds, lane 7 Ava City of Leeds, and lane 8 Borough of Stockton is Emily. First through the turn there is Annabella in lane 1, 32.62. So safe to say this is a fairly City of Leeds heavy heat. We've got 5 City of Leeds swimmers. All these girls are 11. Coming into the last turn now, 75 metre mark. Who's going to have the final push now? They're all in a bit of a line at the front, so it could be anybody's race from here. Entry times of 1:09 to 1:11, so we're looking for anything faster than that. Last 5 metres coming up now. Who's going to take it on the touch? Head down. It is lane number 5, Ava, 1:09.45. Second is Ava Allen, 1:09.64. And third is Annabella, 1:09.72. Great swims there, girls, in heat 1. And we move on to heat number 2. Okay, heat number 2. In lane 0 we have Una from Skipton. Lane 1 is Katie from City of Leeds. Lane 2 is Annie from Kingston upon Hull. Lane 3 is Layla from Gisborough. Lane 4 is Evelyn from City of Leeds. Lane 5 is Miss Minicello from Sheffield City. Lane 6 is Grace from Beverley Barracudas. Lane 7 is Bay from Tynemouth. Lane 8 is Lana from Tynedale. Lane 9 is Evie from Gisborough. First through the turn in this one. It's a really tight race. We've got Layla just ahead there in 31.3. It's going to be a big second 50. The girls are going to have to get those leg kicks switched on. Still on in a line now as we come under the flags. Last 5 heads down, and on the touch it goes to lane number 3, which is Layla, 1:05.47. Evelyn second, 1:05.71. Third is lane 5 in 1:06.29. Fourth is lane 6 Grace, 1:06.57. Really tight race there at the end. Results now on the screen. Well done swimmers in heat 2. Heat number 3 coming up next. Okay, heat number 3, we've got India from Sheffield in lane 0. Lane 1 is Georgiana from Harrogate. Lane 2 Morgan from York City. Lane 3 Olivia from York City. Lane 4 is Freya from Borough of Kirklees. Lane 5 Isabel City of Bradford. Lane 6 is Addison City of Sunderland. Lane 7 Millie from Thirsk. Lane 8 is Chan from City of Leeds, and lane 9 Molly from City of Sheffield. First through the turn on this one is Olivia from York in lane number 3, 30.5. PBs in this one, anything from a 104 to 106. Made a good start, so we should be on track to get somewhere near that 104. It's going to be a tight race between lanes 5, 3 and 0 at the minute. There are front 3. Just edging slightly ahead is lane 3, which is Olivia, our leader at the halfway mark. And she takes the touch, 103.61. That's the best time. India, 104.37 in second. And that's tied with more. No, it's not. It's third is Olivia in 103.61. Second was Morgan. Results coming up now. That's India, sorry, second, 104.37. Scoreboard is a little bit behind there, I believe. Okay, heat number 4. Lane 0 is Prudence from City of Sheffield. Lane 1, Emily from Richmond Dales. Lane 2, Daisy from Harrogate. Lane 3 is Pippa from South Tyneside. Lane 4, Rosie from Chesley Street. Lane 5 is Molly from Middlesbrough. Lane 6, Madeline from City of Leeds. Lane 7 is Jessica from Middlesbrough. Lane 8, Rosie from Scunthorpe. And lane 9, Elizabeth from City of Leeds. PBs in this one, 103 to 104. Good first 50 from Rosie, 29.46. Pippa 30.1 and Molly 30.1 also. So big second 50 coming up. You can see a nice spearhead formation here. The fastest swimmers in the middle. Pulling ahead slightly there at the third turn is lane 4. And that is Rosie. She's entered on 103.02. Having a late charge from some of these girls in the last 10. See what we've got left. First there is Rosie, 101.42. Second Molly, 102.58. And third Pippa Brotherton, 102.70. Pippa's one of our 11-year-olds. That's an excellent swim. Moving on to heat number 5. Heat number 5 we have in lane 0, Annie from Morpeth. Lane 1 is Anya from Chesley Street. Lane 2, Sophia from Tynemouth. Lane 3, Jessica from York City. Lane 4 is Emily from Sunderland. Lane 5 is Jessica from City of Leeds. Lane 6, Lauren from Stocksbridge. Lane 7 is Rebecca from Morpeth. Lane 8, Ella from Chapeltown. And lane 9, Jessica from City of Wakefield. PBs in this one anywhere between 101.8 and 103.0. Turning first there is Emily in lane 4 from Sunderland, 29.37. Off to a good start. We're going to need a good second 50 if we want to get a PB on this one. Over quickly on the tumble turn there. You've got to get really tight on the wall. Make sure you're getting a good range for your knees to give you a good push off. Last 5 metres, heads down, and it's on the touch. Emily, 101.14, so that is a PB for her. Lane number 6, Lauren in second, 101.44, and third is Sophia in 101.88. So some excellent PB swims there. And the last heat is heat number 6, under starters orders now. Okay, the final heat. So these are our fastest swimmers, 13s and 14s in this one. We've got lane 0, Esme from Rotherham. Lane 1, Charlotte from North Tyneside. Lane 2, Dong from City of Sheffield. Lane 3, Lydia Middlesbrough. Lane 4 is swimming from City of Leeds. Can't see the name on that one, sorry. Lane 5 is Emily from City of Leeds. Lane 6, Chloe Brotherton. Lane 7, Leah from Kingston upon Hull. Lane 8, Grace Darling from Harrogate. And lane number 9, Rosie from City of Leeds. First through is lane 4 in 28.42. Final turn done now. Good strong race there in the middle between lanes 3 to 7. Real good battle between 3 and 4. Heads down for the finish here. Who's going to take it? It is lane 3, Lydia from Middlesbrough, 59.04. Second is Malika from Leeds, 59.07. And third is Chloe from South Tyneside, 59.77. Some excellent swimming there, well done to everybody in that first block of age group events. There'll be a short break now while we do a warm-up for the 1500 metre event, which will be coming up very shortly. Thanks everybody for listening in, and we'll see you back very soon.
Right, that's when we do some presentations for our age group medalists. We've got the first part of the competition early this morning in the age group pool. With event 101, it was the female 100-metre breaststroke. In the lovely age category, from the medalists was Ruben Peterson for the city of Sheffield. Silver, Morgan Burns for York City. And gold medalist, Pippa Brotherton from South Tyneside. Well done, girls. And we get them on the toe. In the age group pool, this is the 1500 metres, meeting number 1. Now that is underway, back to the presentation. 12-year age group in the female 100 breaststroke. Bronze medalist for City of Leeds, Alison Cropper. Silver for City of Wakefield, Amelia Keith. And gold medalist representing Liverpool, Sophie Marsden. Now, if you're photography on site, you can pick up these photos all of them afterwards, digital or physical. Let's get how we do the presentation. How we do this? Well, girls, 30-year age group, 100 breaststroke. Bronze medalist for Derwent and James's Katie Aiken. Silver for City Leeds, Rosie Braunston. And gold medalist for Morpeth, Matilda Wilson. And once you get in the pool, we've got 400 metres swim going on here as well. I think we might see some more mooring. Congratulations, girls. 14-year age group in the female 100 breaststroke. Bronze medalist for Breaststroke, Lily Cole. Silver medalist representing York City, Annabelle Edwards. And gold medalist for the city of Sheffield, Evie Keith. Now, a few of these were picked up earlier, hence you might see a couple of gaps. Hopefully, we'll get close to all. With the one leading in the 400 layer, Blake Herbert, 503, the winner. Well done, Blake. Representing Tadcaster, Joshua Whitty, taking to Chester Street, which leads Tom here at the county centre. ready for breaststroke boys for the presentation. Surprise, surprise, boys, come on. In the 400 IM, this is season number 2. We continue presentations. Event 102 is the 200 metre breaststroke boys. In the 11-year age group, that is the City of Leeds from Rockgate. Medley from Henry. Silver for 10 Winfield. And Medley Leo Lee. All representing City of Leeds. Right, we're going to jump to the 13-year age group. In the 200 metre breaststroke. Gold medalist for the City of Leeds, Leo Lee. Silver medalist for Kingston upon Hull, Oscar Fox. And gold medalist for Newcastle, AJ Henry Miller. And in the 14-year age group, 200 breaststroke for the boys, bronze medalist representing Newcastle, Adrian Way. Silver for City of Sutherland, Archie McGuire. And gold medalist representing City of Sheffield, Harry Osborne. Event 103, the girls 400 IM, in the 11-year age group, representing City of Leeds, Chin Shen. Silver medalist for City of Sheffield, Prudence Pearson. And gold medalist representing South Tyneside, Pippa Middleton. In the girls 400 IM 12-year age category, bronze medalist representing City of Leeds, Alison Cropper. Silver for Harriet Daisy Ingo. And gold medalist City of Leeds, Willow Wright. Congratulations, girls. That's it. I'm going to trust our 14-year-old girl that's behind there somewhere. The girls 400 IM 13-year age category. Bronze for Sunderland's Lily Edding. Silver for Morpus Anafalkes. And gold medalist for City of Leeds, Emily Ingram Hall. Well done, girls. In the girls gold medalist representing Middlesbrough, Sheffield. Douglas and Hutchinson over the first one for the first sub 5. And on it got the first 10 they got sub 5. What a boys. Cracking back. Towards halfway to 1500. So what was it? When you get heat, going on the way, they go back to qualifications. Open ball, 400 IM, this is hit number 3. That's two presentations, we're on to the 104. Open layers, 200 meters freestyle. It's a 12-year-age category, bronze, Thailand, Gabriel Redison away. Silver for Gunsford, Sam Clark. And gold medalist for Harrogate, Robson Hart. What a line for Red Islands on it. Thanks to all to validate for the end. Freestyle, boys, 13-year-age category. Brought the medalist to Starboard to Victor Waller. Silver to City Medley. And gold medalist to Kingston Parham, Oscar Park. Good work, boys, well done. Wonderful presentation right there. It's a 14-year age group, boys 200 freestyle. Bronze for Morris, Alex Freeman. Silver for Borough Kirkland's Jack Hurst. And your gold medalist for Newcastle, Henry Willis. Okay, on to event 105. That was the female 100 meter freestyle. In the WRA category. Bronze medalist for York City's Morgan Burns. Silver for City of Leeds, Chi Shen. And gold medalist for St. Taxon, Pippa Robertson. Well done, girls. First medal in the bank. It's right, 12-year age group. The female 100 free. Bronze medal for Harrogate's Madeline Beckham. Silver medal for Harrogate's Daisy Ingle. And the gold medalist, York City's Olivia Allen. Right, Madeline Beckham, the City of Leeds division. Let's get the teams right. Next up, 13-year-old girls in the 100 meter freestyle. medalist for York City, Jessica Hussein. Silver for City of Leeds, Emily Inglehall. And your gold medalist for Chester Street, Rosie Grayson. The 14-year age group girls hurrying to freestyle. Bronze medalist for South Chloe Robertson. Silver for City of Leeds, Emma Summermore. And the gold medalist for Middlesbrough, Lydia Shipley. Well done, girls. 2 more presentations to that. The different race first of all. And it's going to be one in lane next to Lydia Oliver. The owner of the Dolphins, 4:51.77 on William. First time going, and I think it's 5. It's almost 10 seconds. Spoken word. Open ball, 400 AM, this is season number 4. Now, 2 final presentations in the multi-classification. This is the final results. The British Power Swimming points. Gold medalist, 296 points, representing Roberta Burnley's Jacob Scrimshaw. Well done, Jacob. And finally, another combined result, multi-classification. In the 100 free, silver medalist for City of Leeds, Owen Tempest. And gold for Turner Valley's Lucas Lee. And for Richmond Dale, Sydney Ruskilly. Well done, boys. Those presentations are done for the time being. We can go back to racing for now. There'll be more presentations later. So we've got 2 going on there, 1500. And all that time they've been swimming, so we will give them some attention in a second. And of course we've got 4 in the 400 IM. There's 1 more to come. That next remaining in the first heat. The 1500, there's 3 heats in that event. It's all authenticated by commentary. Starting in just a second. We'll go into the journey, the presentations. We've got 2 more hits to come in, well, 1 more hit to come after the conclusion of the 4 in the 400 IM. Today, in the open pool, We are on the first of 3 heats. It's the 1500.
Okay, so we join this 1500 metre event at the latter stages. I've been away and had a drink and a little break, and we're back now for some more action in the age group pool. So this is heat 1 that you are seeing of the male 1500 metre freestyle. We've got 3 swimmers in here. We've got lane 3 is Edward from South Tyneside, lane 4 Ollie from Doncaster Dart, and lane 5 is George from City of Leeds. We're just approaching the last 100 metres for the leading swimmers. Lane 5 has got 6 lengths to go, so he's got 150 metres left. But in lane 4 we have got 4 lengths left, and that's our leader in this one. That's Ollie Castings, entered on 20 minutes and 16 seconds. So he's actually lapped lane 3, which is Edward from South Tyneside. And he's trying to hunt down lane 5, which is George. Sometimes a good tactic on these distance events, if you find yourself out in front, is to think, right, how can I make this challenging for myself? So you look ahead and see if there's somebody that you might want to try and reel in and catch up. That's what our swimmer in lane 4 seems to have done. Ollie from Doncaster Darts in the 12 years age group. He's on his last 50 now, 2 lengths to go. So he gets the whistle, and then he knows that he's going to stop after these next 2 lengths. He's been going for 19 minutes and 25 at that turn, so quite a long swim this one. Longest pool event that we do. Really punishing event, but we do have those distance specialists who love these events. Do a high volume of endurance training to make sure that they're well prepared. And he's coming to his finish now. It's going to be just around the 20-minute mark, so it'll be a good PB for Ollie of 20 minutes and 1 second. So that's 15-second PB. Excellent swimming there, Ollie. Well done. Last 50 for our other 2 swimmers.
The open ball is number 5. And that starts our first heat in the 1500 metres lane. On the count is 20:01:24.
Okay, George is in now. That's 20 minutes 39, so just outside of his entry time, and Edward brings us home there in third in 20 minutes and 50 seconds. Well done to those 3 boys in heat 1. We have 2 more heats to go. Coming up next is going to be heat number 2.
Age group pool, boys 1500, heat number 2.
Heat number 2 is underway. In lane 1 we've got Joseph Weatherspoon from Downside and Gateshead. Lane 2 is Jake Redivari from Middlesbrough. Lane 3 is Adam Shipley from Middlesbrough. Lane 4 is Oren Connolly, Middlesbrough. Lane 5, Mason Sainthouse from Tynemouth. Lane 6 is Austin Forster from City of Sunderland. Lane 7 is Oliver Barker from City of Leeds. And lane 8 is Hercus Paklanisis, City Wakefield. So this is our 60 length event. These boys just getting into an early rhythm. We'll check on these swimmers as they go through the event. Hope you enjoy watching the tactical events unfold. See which little battles go on. And see if we can get under those PB times. So the personal bests in this heat, we've got entry times from 18:37 for our fastest qualifier, Oren. through to 19:57 for Joseph in lane 1 and 20 minutes and 14 for Herkus. So there should be a bit of a spread in this one. Those outside swimmers just falling a little bit behind. Just checking in with the progress of these boys in the 1500. So we've got a good race happening there in lanes 4 and 5. That's Oren and Mason. Turning there in 4:04 and 4:05. Lane 3 through next is Adam, 4:15.9. And then lane 2 is Jake. Those two might have a little race as we get going through. And lane 6 and 7, pretty close together, Austin and Oliver.
This is heat number 3. This is heat number 4. We're going to bring some finalists confirmed for the 100 breaststroke. So the 100 breaststroke finalists, 17 meters and over. Isabel Manek against the Stars, Sarah Talataya, Emily Roxy, Charlie Yankee, Ash Philly, Vivian Nicholas, Katie Coventry, Rose Keith, and Jamie Moya. The reserves are Darcy Allison and Abby Woodfield. It is the 16 years and under 100 breaststroke final. Olivia Rowan, Dexter Waters, Edwin Hall, Eve Hibbett, Lee Stansfield, Adolf Inman, Taylor Armfield, Poppy Duffman, Naomi Bradley, and Sarah Holt. The reserves are Sienna Chum and Annika Moss. They are your finalists and reserves for the 100 breaststroke in the open competition. And quite a timely reminder actually, we're about to the draws for the final, so please do make sure if you're a reservist to put in a final. Back to the pool, this is heat number 5.
Okay, that's the 1,000 metre mark for Mason there in lane 5 out in the lead. That's 11.57. So he's done 2/3 of the race now, last 500. Followed in there by lane 4, that's Oren. He's just turning at 1,000 there as well. So those two guys out in the front, they've got the fastest PBs there, 18.37 and 18.42. Lane 3 turning at 1,000 there. Lane 6 is 50 behind that, so 9.50 for lane 6 there. Really spread out heat, this one. 1500s will either tend to go in 300s or 500 blocks, so some of them might do 3 blocks of 500 and think about the pacing and descend them. Some of them might break it up as 300s. Every swimmer's got a different way to do it, but at this sort of age it's just about finding out which way works for you. So the swimmers will work with their coaches, they'll do some work on pacing and training, maybe do 15 100s, 5 at one pace and then 5 at the next pace, 5 at the next pace, something like that. And they'll just be figuring out how best to take chunks of time off and improve their PBs and get it down to where it should be to match up with their 400 and 200 events. So that's 400 to go now for Mason and Oren. Last 300 metres now for Mason, 14.24 there he's turned in. And last 400 for lane 6, that's Austin, 14.31. Lane 4, which is Oren, he's about to turn with 300 left. And we've got 350 left there for lane 7, which is Oliver.
Next event in the open competition is the 100 backstroke for boys. This is heat number 1.
Coming into the last 150 metres now for our race leader in Heat 2, which is Mason, 16.15. He's got 6 lengths to go. He's kept a good pace here. Still got a good rhythm there. 1500 swimmers tend to go for a 2-beat leg kick. So in the shorter events, you'll see a 6-beat leg kick. This one's more of a balancing leg kick than a propulsive leg kick. Not to say that on his last couple of lengths he might not bring the 6-beat leg kick in for a bit more speed, but it's not something at this age that swimmers would generally be able to maintain for a full 1500. So last 100 now then for Mason. See if he can get near that entry time of 18.42. All right, last 50 coming up then now. Just taking the whistle. That lets them know they're on their last 2 lengths. So just a little injection of pace now. Now they know that it's nearly done. Last length for Mason. Orange just turning there with 50 to go. Still 6 lengths for lane 6, which is Austin. Last 100 for lane 7, which is Oliver. Last 100 for lane 2, which is Jake. Adam's on his last 2 there in lane 3. Joseph just coming in there for his last 100 on lane 1. And that's a winning time there of 18:05 for Mason, which is a massive PB from his 18:42 entry time. Second in there is Oren, 18:25, also a big drop from his entry time, which was 18:37. Third there is lane 3, which is Adam, 18:39.8. Another good PB, teammate of Oren's from up there in Middlesbrough. All right, on the touch there, so it's Oliver takes the touch, 19:04 from Leeds in lane 7. Fifth is Jake, 19:04.4. PBs there as well for those boys, entered on 19:18 for Jake and Oliver on 19:33. Some huge swims there, well done boys. Obviously been working very hard in training and now getting the rewards right where you want to get them at the Swim England North East Chalk Course event. And that's lane 1 now. That is 19:46 for Joseph. Again, under his entry time, good 10-second chunk off. And Austin 19:53, entry time of 19:10. So just outside there for Austin. And we'll go on to our last heat now, which is heat number 3. The final heat of our 1500 in the age group pool. Lane 0 we have Oscar Hussey from City of Leeds. Lane 1 Jeffrey Lange from City of Leeds. Lane 2 Jack Waterson from Middlesbrough. Lane 3 is Tom Holt from City of Sunderland. Lane 4 Archie Maguire, City of Sunderland. Lane 5 Archie Ainsley, City of Sheffield. Lane 6 Daniel Chew from York. Lane 7 Noah Darnell from City of Leeds. Lane 8 Dexter Akehurst from City of Sheffield. And lane 9, Gabriel Renison Ray from Tynemouth. One 12-year-old in this heat, which is lane 9, that's Gabriel. 2 13-year-olds battling it out for the medals with the guys that have just gone before. So we've got Oscar in lane 0 from City of Leeds and Dexter from City of Sheffield in lane 8. So we'll keep an eye on those guys and see what time they swim. And the rest of the swimmers in this heat are then 14. And there weren't any 14s before, so this is just a straight out race, and we'll see who comes out on top and picks up the gold, silver and bronze for the 14 years age group.
heat number 4. Harrison in lane 4. After that, he's going to turn the point first. We've got Trio next door, Spencer, Navaroni and Lucy Pickering. What was stopped by 56.72, quite good stuff. We love that. What would be the up to the quiet into the 1500. England always seems to live for long. Got 5 second lead at the top hole. Not far back at champion system. And now the 83. In the open ball, team number 5. Rapid start for Lewis Maxwell. Representing Wills Limited. It is 4.75 defensively. Second place is the Warriors. 60. There's a drive next door for the Sheffield. It was very easy, Lewis Maxwell, 55, 65. And that's a top 3. Ryan Sheff. And finally for the events, this is the number 6. 3. Strong favourite is the race. City 53-28. The 5 next door. Ollie Davis Cecil. 4 years is junior. Elizabeth City of Sheffield. And 3 seconds back in the year. What do you think against the 6 though? The final 25. There's around one more event in the open tournament. It is 54-68. 56-43. Final event is a try and get you to go through ball. The 100 backstroke for the girls. This is the team number 1.
Okay, on this heat 3 we're on the final 600 metres now for our race leaders. So it is Archie Maguire who's out in front. He's just coming into 5:50 left, so that's 22 lengths. Lane number 5 there beside him, he's just turned with 600 to go. That's Archie Ainsley, so 10:25 for him with 600 left. Archie's got 5:50 left and he's on 10:28.
This is heat number 2.
Quite a range of times again in this heat, so Archie's entry time 16:35 is well ahead of the next quickest. So the next quickest 2 are Tom and Archie either side of him on 17:14 and 17:17. And then out in the outside lanes we've got Oscar in lane 0 who entered on 18:20 and Gabriel in lane 9 who entered on 18:27.
This is heat number 3.
Final 400 metres now for our race leaders in the middle there. Archie's just coming in, he's got 3:50 to go and he turns. Then 5 next to him Archie Ainsley from Sheffield, he's got 400 to go at this turn. It's 12.44 there for Archie Maguire with 350 left, and Archie Ainsley 12.48 with 400 left. 400 left also for lane 6, which is Daniel. Tom Holt, second place at the moment, he's got 350 left. Jack Waterson third there, 13.06 in lane 3. Lane 2, sorry. Final stages of this race. Get all our 14-year-old medalists from this one. Remember, we've got our 13-year-old Oscar in lane 0 and another 13-year-old Dexter in lane 8. And 12-year-old Gabriel out there in lane 9. We also had some pretty good 13-year-old times in the heat before from Mason and Oren. $200 to go now for Archie Maguire in lane 4 there. He's through in 14.27. Somewhere around his entry time, I guess. 250 left there for lane 5. 200 left also for lane 3. So he's second at the moment. That's Tom Holt, Archie's teammate from City of Sunderland. Third at the moment is lane 2, Jack Waterson. That's 200 for him. He's from Middlesbrough, 14.51. So at the moment, they're shaping up to be our top 3. So Archie, Tom and Jack, lane 4, 3 and 2.
This is number 5.
Okay, final stages here then for Archie Maguire in lane 4. He's coming into the wall now with 2 lengths to go. He'll get his whistle to indicate 2 lengths left. Use up whatever he's got left in the tank now. See what sort of time he can post. He's turned in 16.09 there. Entry time of 16.35. He's going to be just outside of that. 2 to go there also now for Tom in second place in lane 3. 16.23. His entry time is 17.17. Should be ahead of that. And then lane 2, third at the moment, Jack Waterson, 16.35. Fourth is Jeffrey Lange. He's on 16.42 from City of Leeds out there in lane 1. So 16.42 then for our 14-year-old champion Archie Maguire, just outside his best time. Big PB for Tom Holt in second place there, his teammate from City of Sunderland, 16.55. And then third from Middlesbrough in lane 2 is Jack Waterson, 17.07. Another big PB there for Jack. So they'll be your medalists in the 14s. Fourth there is Jeffrey, 17.16. Also another great time, taking off a good 11 seconds there from his entry time. Coming in for fifth here in lane 5 will be Archie Ainsley from City of Sheffield, and he's 17.34.81. which is just outside of his best. A little bit off the pace all the way through there. 6th is Oscar over in lane 0, 17:45.2. He's our 13-year-old in there. He'll be the 13-year-old winner. Lane 6, 7th is Daniel Chu, 17:55. So that's a big PB over there for Oscar. Little battle down the final length here for lanes 8 and 9. That's Dexter and Gabriel. Touch is going to go to Gabriel on 18:35, Dexter on 18:36. And our last swimmer there in lane 7 is Noah, who finishes in 18:46. So that concludes our boys 1500 metre event. And the last event in the age group pool for this morning is the girls 800 metre freestyle, 12 to 14-year-olds. We start with heat number 1 coming up shortly.
Okay, last event in the age group for the time being is the female 800 metres freestyle. This is heat number 1.
Okay, heat number 1 of the girls 800 is underway. First heat, we have lane 0, Robin Pollock from Middlesbrough. Lane 1, Zoe Feather from City of Leeds. Lane 2, Betsy Blaney from Tynemouth. Lane 3, Imogen Marshall from City of Sheffield. Lane 4, Olivia Byrne from Bury Barnsley. Lane 5, Isla Stockley from City of Sheffield. Lane 6, Neve Stafford from City of Leeds. Lane 7, B Harrison from Tynemouth. Lane 8, Blossom Dunning from Middlesbrough. And lane 9, Armia Stonehouse from City of Sunderland. We've got two 13-year-olds in this heat, lane 4 and 5, and all the other girls in here are in the 12 years age group. Entry times in the middle there, 10:04, out towards 10:40s for the 0 and 9. So let's see how these girls shape up as we go through this 32 length event. Coming up to the end of the first 100 now. Quickest through there is Olivia in 107.5, followed by Isla 108 and Neve 110. So coming up to the halfway point then in this first heat of the girls 12 to 14 years 800 metre freestyle. As we approach the halfway point, our leaders are lane 5, Isla Stockley 450.4 from City of Sheffield, and Olivia Byrne 453.9. There are 13-year-old swimmers in this heat. Third through there is Neve in 458, Imogen 503 and Betsy 504. 5:10 for Blossom, 5:12 for Zoe, 5:18 for Bayer, 5:20 for Amia, and 5:20 also for Robin. So, halfway, what are we going to see in the second half of this one? 350 metres to go for those leaders, stretching out their lead, just over a length ahead of the swimmers in 9th and 10th. And still stretching ahead. This is Isla from City of Sheffield having a strong swim. Entry time of 10:04. She was out under the 5 minutes, so she's got a good chance of getting close to that if she can have a good second half of this race. Let's see how they get on in this final 300. So last 50 now for these girls in Heat 1. Coming up to the whistle now. We've got Isla and Olivia in lane 5 and 4. Isla will be first over, so that's 9:18 with 50 to go for Isla from City of Sheffield. And 9:23 for Olivia from Borough Barnsley. Followed by Betsy, 9:27, Neve, 9:27 also. Looking for anything under 10:04 for lanes 5 and 4, that was their entry times. Last 10 metres now, final flourish. Isla into the wall on 9:53, well done. Under the 10-minute barrier, that'll make her very happy. And 9:59.56 also under for Olivia, another one who'll be really happy with that swim. 10:03 for Neve and 10:04 for Betsy. Third and fourth, great swims again, both well under their entry times. Fifth is Imogen, 10:18. Imogen was entered on 10:11, so just outside the time for her. Sixth is Blossom, 10:29. That's a PB as well, entered on 10:36. Zoe, 10:35. Ended on a 10:35, so equals her best time. Eighth is Armia, 10:42. Ninth is Robin, 10:40. 10:55, and 10th is Bay on 10:51. Good effort, girls. Concludes heat number 1. We've got 2 more heats to go. Heat 2 will be coming up shortly.
This is heat number 2.
Okay, heat number 2 underway. Lane 0, we've got Addison Alexander from City of Sunderland. Lane 1 is Chloe Jobson from South Tyneside. Lane 2, Isabel Keynes from Rotherham Metro. Lane 3, Anya Babovich from Chesley Street. Lane 4, Addison Cropper, City of Leeds. 5, Elkie Foster from City of Leeds. 6, Sophia Duffy from South Tyneside. 7 is Albanella from Richmond Dales. Lane 8, Anya Schrockschnadel from Tynemouth. And lane 9 is Arabella Henderson from Morpeth. So in this heat here we've got 12-year-old Addison in lane 4 there. Other 12-year-olds, we've got another Addison, so Addison Alexander from City of Sunderland is in lane 0. And we've got Arabella Henderson from Morpeth in lane 9. So 3 12-year-olds in here. In the 13s we've got Chloe in lane 1, Anya in lane 3, Sophia in lane 6, and another Anya in lane 8. And 14s we've got Alba in lane 7, Elkie in lane 5, and Isabel in lane 2. So this should be an interesting race. We've got best times in the middle there from 9:36 and 9:39 for Addison Cropper and Elkie Foster. And then we spearhead that out towards our outside lanes. We've got 9:56 and 10:04 for our 2 outside lane entry times. So we'll see how this one shapes up. We've had a strong start there from lane 8, which is Anya from Tynemouth. But other than that, pretty good race shaping up across the pool. And we'll see how we go. Okay, that's the 300 metre mark. So we've got Elkie turning first, 3:34, and Addison 3:35. Still a really close race, this one, between lanes 1 to 5 especially. We've got 3 in a line there, 1, 2 and 3, and then another little 2 there of 4 and 5. So some good races about to shape up in this one. We'll be approaching the halfway mark after the next 50. Great battle happening here in lanes 4 and 5, and that's between Addison Cropper of City of Leeds and Elkie Foster, City of Leeds, teammates. Going toe-to-toe in this one, 350 metres to go. Hopefully be able to push each other onto a good PB time. Addison was entered on 9:36 and Elkie 9:39. And they're holding a good pace here on this one.
Final 10 and less of the points of the Queens. Look at the extra time. All the way to and you get from on the 9 minutes. With all of those, it's about 10. And a couple of those to get number 1.
Final 200 now then on this heat 2 of the girls 12 to 14 years 800 metre freestyle. Still a close battle between lane 4 and 5, which is Addison and Elkie, two lead swimmers, teammates. Third through is Isabel from Rotherham Metro, 7:16 with 200 to go. It's always interesting to see how these races stretch out. So we started off, we had a line of 5 initially in lanes 1 to 5, and then 4 and 5 have pulled ahead. 2's tried to go with them a little bit, and lanes 1 and 3 have been dropped off a little bit. So we've got 150 metres to go now for our race leaders. They're through in 7:48. Isabel's third through in 7:53. Final 100 coming up then now at the turn for these two lead swimmers in 4 and 5. 8:24, still locked together, pushing each other on. No doubt they do this in training every week. Third through there is Isabel from Rotherham, 8:30, 100 metres to go. Entry time for Isabel is 9:47, sub 9:40 for the two Leeds girls in the middle on their entry time. At this turn they'll get the whistle to signal they've got 2 lengths to go. So they've done 30, they've got 2 left. Such a long race this one. Real gritty event, the 800 freestyle. Let's see who's got a bit of fight left in them. So we're both on 9 minutes there, Elkie and Addison. 9:06 for Isabel. Whistles also for lanes 1 and 3, that's Chloe and Anya. Still tough to call. See the leg kicks coming on stronger there, moving up from that 2-beat kick up to a 6-beat kick. Looks like Elkie's going to hold on. Head down on the finish. Elkie takes that one, 9:34.25, and Addison Cropper, 9:34.76. Elkie from the 14-year-old age group and Addison from the 12s. Both PBs. Isabel, 9:42.29 from Rotherham Metro. That's a PB for Isabel, well done. Anya Babovich, 9:46. In 4th, Chloe Jobson, 9:47 in 5th. Over in lane 8, we've got Anya from Tynemouth on 9:49. Arabella 9.53 in lane 9. Alba 9.55.4 in 7th. And we go on to our final heat, which is heat number 3, which will be underway very shortly. Okay, so heat 3 is underway. Lane 0 is Willow Wright from City of Leeds. Lane 1, Lily Eden from City of Sunderland. Lane 2, Esme Beavers from Rotherham Metro. Lane 3, Annie Falkers from Morpeth. Lane 4, Isabel Hall, City of Leeds. Lane 5, Chloe Brotherton, South Tyneside. Lane 6, Emily Forster, City of Sunderland. Lane 7, Sophie Smith, City of Sheffield. Lane 8, Abby Coventry from Morpeth. And Lane 9, Marsha Waters from Harrogate. Okay, this last heat we've got one 12-year-old, which is Willow Wright. She'll be looking to beat 9.34, which was the time Addison did in the previous heat. And then we've got Lily, who's 13 in lane 1, Annie, who's 13 in lane 3, and then the rest of the girls in this one are 14, battling it out for the medal places. And that's the 100-metre mark. First through the turn there is Isabel Hall, our fastest qualifier, in 1:05.1. Isabel's in on a time of 8:57, so sub 9 minutes. That's a good standard in girls 800-metre freestyle. The slower entry times in this one are Willow and Amarja in 9:33 and 9:35. So once again, we'll see how the race pans out. Pretty close call at the moment in the middle lanes. And so we'll see who takes it on and whether they play the tactics right. 150 done and 650 to go. So the 300-metre mark, first through is Isabel on 3:23, and then Chloe 3:24 and Anna 3:25. So still a really close one to call. We've got 500 metres left, so we'll see what pace and strategies these have got. Is somebody going to make a breakaway, or are we all just going to focus on ourselves? Always an interesting one in the paced events. Some people like to race others, some people like to stick to their plan. And that's the halfway mark for Isabel, 4:31.9. Chloe 4:34.9 and Anna 4:35. Lily's on 4:37, Esme on 4:38, Imaja on 4:39, Emily on 4:40, Abby on 4:42, Sophie on 4:46 and Willow on 4:48, the halfway point.
Okay, we're just waiting for our final view for the presentation of the 1500. 60 metre Oscar Hussey makes your way to the presentation area on the balcony. Oscar Hussey, you're one of them. And we'll get his presentation for the way.
Where are you? Where? And I'll pick up a beer.
Into the final 300 now for these girls in the 800 freestyle. Still a tight affair, but lane 4, Isabel has pulled away now from Chloe in lane 5 and Annie in lane 3. So she's out there doing this on her own now. 10 lengths to go, 250 metres. Chloe and Annie still tight together there on 6:20 with 10 lengths to go. And lane 1 and 2, Lily and Esme also having a little battle there. Final 6 lengths now for these girls in the Heat 3 of the 800 freestyle. Isabel Hall from City of Leeds still out in front, with Chloe Brotherton and Annie Falkus having a good battle for second and third in lanes 3 and 5. Not long left to go. Starting to see a bit more of a intentional leg kick now. Starting to build up the speed as they come into that last 100 metres. Isabel through now in 7:56 with 100 to go. They're digging deep at this point. 700 metres done, 100 to go. 8:04 and 8:05 for Chloe and Annie. Two girls in lanes 1 and 2 having a good battle there still. That's Lily and Esme. They'll be helping each other through. They're through in 8:14. Then 6 and 8 also, Emily and Abby having a good battle with Imaja here in lane 9. Lane 7 is Sophie through in 8:25. And they take the whistle now, 50 to go, that's 8:29.97 for Isabel. Whistle also for Chloe and Annie, 8:39. Entry times of 9:16 for Chloe and Annie. Isabel entered on just under 9 minutes. She might be just outside of that. 8:57 is her entry time. Everybody through the whistle now, onto their last length and into the finish now. Lane 4, the winner is Isabel Hall, City of Leeds, 9:02.46. So just outside her best time, but didn't really have anybody to race once she dropped off the chasers. Chloe touches second in 9:12.81, which is her best time. And then we've got Annie Falkus in 9:13.42 in third place. Fourth is Esme, 9:24.9. Fifth, Imaja, 9:25.4. Sixth, Abby, 9:27. Fifth was actually Lily, 9:25. A new time came up there. Sophie in ninth, and Willow 9:41 in 10th. That's the end of our racing in the age group pool. Thanks for joining us for this morning's action, and we look forward to seeing you back here this afternoon for the next action from the age group pool.
Both pools competitively at 1:45. We're back underway competitively at 1:45 for both pools.